Hey there. Today I want to address a problem some of you may be having with your weight loss goals, and that you're eating right and you're exercising and you're actually seeing improvements in your fitness. So you have more endurance, more strength, but your weight's just not moving. You're not seeing the fat loss that you expected, and you've maybe hit a bit of a plateau. You just cannot break through a certain weight despite how much work you do. And this may be because you're working out or really fueling for performance, so improved performance in your exercise rather than for weight loss from your exercise. So performance improvements is one direction, okay, and weight loss may be very different. Now you can still see performance improvements while losing weight, but you cannot make that the focal point. Okay, so those are two different methods. If you're making those a focal point, the ideal, then those are two different methods for not just training but also for eating. So if you're fueling up before your cardio session, for instance, if you're eating some carb, you are essentially giving yourself some quick energy, okay, which is for the run or whatever it is you're doing, which is going to help you have a better run or have a faster time or get more, go for a longer distance. But you're not really helping your fat loss because you're putting something in the way of this fat storage or the fat you have stored, and in the way of focusing on or relying mostly on the system that would be tapping into those fat stores under times of stress or under times of energy need. So as a very unscientific but visual analogy, if you're trying to fry an egg, okay, do you put that egg right on a hot pan, okay, or do you put a piece of toast in there between the pan and the egg? Now, which is going to take longer to cook the egg? Obviously the one with a big piece of toast between them, right? Because the heat's got to burn through that toast to get to the egg. Well, think of your fat stores the same way. So you put some little juice or some kind of fruit, or even if you're eating cereal or milk before you run, yes, you're going to have a better run or better cardio session, but it's going to take you a little longer to get to your fat stores, get your blood sugar down. In fact, you may not even get your blood sugar down. You might still be burning through that depending on how long your cardio session is. So and you don't want to just think about how many calories you're burning during your run, but you're also training a system. So your system for fat burning, okay, for aerobic energy, okay, where you just have oxygen and fat burning, is just that. It's a system that has to be trained, and most of us, if we eat the way we normally, most Americans eat, that rarely gets trained because you're not allowing yourself to rely solely on fat for fuel. We're usually eating to try to keep our focus, keep our energy going throughout the day. So by training it in your cardio session, you're making it more efficient, and thereby allowing you to rely on it more for your normal pace of your day. So when you're at work, it's not nearly as much physical stress as when you're exercising. So it'd be that much easier to maybe eat a lower carb diet or just rely on things like veggies or maybe nuts as your carb sources, and just have protein and fats to get through your work day or whatever it is that you have to do throughout, just a normal cruising level. Okay, so by training it for exercise, you're going to have it more efficient throughout the rest of your day and allow you to burn more of your stored fat throughout your day. So how do you do this? Fasted cardio has been a great way for me to really, tap into that aerobic energy system and train it to be, like I said, much more efficient, so that I don't really crave carbs throughout my day. Fasted cardio, as you guessed, is doing your cardio sessions having no food first. So black tea, black coffee, water, all good. You don't want any milk, no sweeteners. You don't want to affect insulin in any way. You don't want insulin to bump up because that's going to get in the way of your fat being released, okay, and in the way of your fat burning system. So hit the cardio, even it makes, and now your cardio session is going to be maybe shorter, it's going to be harder, you're not going to be able to go as fast, okay, and that is because you're training that system. It's a little tougher to draw on that, especially if you're not used to doing it. It's a little tougher to draw primarily on those fat stores without a little energy boost from something you've just eaten. So know that when it's harder, it's because it's training that system. You're tapping more into your stored fat than just the sugar you've just put in your system, okay? Now, some of you, maybe cardio first thing in the first part of your day is just not possible. Now, it would be ideal. I'm going to say that's ideal. If you can make that happen, do it. If it has to be later in the day, at a point in the day where you absolutely could not have gone without eating, try, okay, here's a caveat, try either low carb eating or no carb eating. So don't eat something starchy. Don't eat potatoes or cereal or rice. Try eating low carb. So if you have to have some veggies at lunchtime, protein, eggs, some fat, avocado's great, nuts okay. But try eating low carb and make sure you have a good 4-hour gap between your last meal and your cardio session, okay, to allow your blood sugar to level out and allow things just to settle down there, so you can really just tap into fat storage. Your insulin is low and it's back down to a nice low level after your last meal. So either a 4-hour gap, ideally with low carb eating throughout that day anyway, or again, go for if you can squeeze in at least a couple a week, fasted cardio, no food. Now when you come back, refuel, don't go crazy. If your goal is weight loss, you really don't need to be trying to carb up or refuel on a big carb source, especially after just cardio. Small amounts, maybe 15 to 20 grams. If you can get away with just protein and fat, that'd be great too, okay? But give this a shot. I'd love to hear your results. Message me and let me know, or post it as a comment. If you have any questions, again, let me know. Message me. I'm glad to answer. Talk to you later.